much for being with us here at the Music Pro podcast, brought to you by the Cornell School of Contemporary Music at the Shepherd University. My name is Lorna Earnshaw. I'm your hostess today. I'm a singer, vocal coach, and online entrepreneur, and I'm here today with a super special guest that the Cornell School of Contemporary Music brought for you guys. This is a very, very special person, amazing musician, producer. He has worked with many incredible musicians, very famous people. So he has a lot of experience, and he's a perfect person to give us advice about how to create an awesome album, an album that's going to work so that you don't waste your money and your time doing things that are not going to work. I think that's super important for us independent artists. So I'm talking about Mr. Michael Bradford. Hi, Michael. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me here. It's always good to be here. And it's always good to see everybody out there. I hope you guys are doing well.
So, Michael, he's a musician. He's from Detroit, right?
Detroit.
And he's a musician. He plays bass, guitar, what else?
Whatever's laying around. I'll play bass, guitar, drums, keyboards, cello, banjo, mandolin.
Amazing. And he's a music producer. He has worked with artists such as Deep Purple, Madonna, Steve Nicks, Kid Rock, Anita Baker, and many others. So he has a lot of experience, and he has great advice for us. He's also an instructor here at the Cornell School of Contemporary Music at the Music Production Department. And he has great advice because, as we've been talking before this, I think it's super important for us musicians, independent artists, having the right plan before recording an album, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of albums run into trouble before they even start because people aren't prepared. The pre-production is such an important part of making an album, and it's often the most overlooked part. And I think for everybody listening, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble in the long run if you spend a little extra time before you begin to make sure that your plans for recording are correct, which means understanding what the songs are, the structure of the songs, what you're going to record, where you're going to record, what equipment you're going to use, how you're going to go about the logistics of making a recording before you worry about things like what microphones and things like that. It's really, do we have the songs together? And if we can do that, we can really save a lot of time in the actual recording process.
Mm-hmm. And what's the biggest mistake you think independent artists do when it comes to recording a new album?
I think the biggest mistake people make is, one, going too fast. They want to get going. There's so much energy. There's so much excitement about the new music. And they dive right into production before they make their plans, their pre-production. Another mistake is because of that enthusiasm and that desire to get going, they sometimes don't always give the songs and the music and even the playing the necessary critique to be sure it's ready and up to standard. You might have a song that's pretty good, but could use a little more work in the chorus, or maybe it's too long, or maybe the transition from the verse to the chorus could be improved. Maybe there's too many verses. If we take a little extra time and troubleshoot those things, we might end up with a song that's tighter, that gets the point better, makes it more clear to the listener, and sounds better. Also, the same thing with instruments. Maybe we want to use this new guitar or drums that we just bought, but we haven't really worked out the sound yet, but we just got it. So we're really excited. A lot of the mistakes that are made by young, beginning or new musicians and producers really comes down to just enthusiasm. They're so excited and ready to go. They don't take that extra minute to be sure that everything's as good as it could be. And then once you start recording, the problem is it's hard to change it because it's like you've built a house on a shaky foundation, but you also don't want to undo everything you've already done. So you keep going, hoping that it'll all work out, and it's easy to put oneself into a corner, into a trap. It's like painting. You can paint yourself into a corner because you forgot you need a way out. And production is the same thing. In that case, you end up either forcing yourself to put out something that you really don't like because you've invested so much time and maybe money into it, or you face the potential of throwing it all out and starting over. And because budgets are small and tight, we can't really afford to just throw out what we've done. But we could save a lot of trouble and money if we just plan ahead.